Big issue, of course, is Brexit. And the challenge that we face, I suppose, in the short term, in terms of our short-term forecast, is how do we map or try and trace through the implications of Brexit for the growth outlook next year. Officially, of course, March 2019 is the key date. So what we've tried to do is take analysis that our colleagues here have done using Cosmo, which is the model of the Irish economy, and some years back our colleagues did very detailed analysis of the implications of Brexit, looking at various different scenarios, a European Economic Agreement, European Free Trade Agreement, and a WTO scenario. Over the longer run, so this is by 2026, 2027, they found that on the left-hand side here, you had the implications of these scenarios relative to a baseline being a no Brexit scenario. And so you can see that, depending on the scenario, clearly a WTO scenario would result in Irish GDP being 4% less in 2027, its baseline level, if a Brexit didn't occur. So obviously the more significant the harder the Brexit, the bigger the impact on Irish GDP. The challenge for us then in the short term is how do we map that through to our expectation for the coming year? And what we've tried to do is basically taking the results of the longer term analysis, map it through then to the shorter term. What we get is the baseline position, as I said, is a sense where you have no Brexit, and we're saying growth will be somewhere in the region of 4.2% next year. If you have a relatively mild Brexit, the EEA-style agreement type Brexit, we think that the headline GDP would grow by 3.2%, so it would knock a percentage point off the baseline figure. Whereas if you had a WTO, so if you had a WTO style agreement or outcome, the growth outlook for the Irish economy next year would be less than 3%, 2.8%.